Hi, so this is gonna be a pretty chill vlog because I've got some paintings I need to ship out today. I've got not just one, not just two, but 3 pieces I need to send out. I'm taking a break from painting today. I'm gonna do some business tasks, then I'm gonna bake. Stick around if you like chaos. Now, each painting is gonna be sent with a little sweetheart note, and I'm gonna wrap it in this paper to protect it. I've gotta get the boxes from the USPS. So busy day ahead. If you can't tell already, my packing process is a complete mess. I have always hated folding things. You do not want to look inside my linen closet. But hopefully the sweetheart notes will make up for the disaster of this package. Okay, so I'm taking a break from painting and I'm baking, but I stay freezing cold everywhere I go, so I'm layering up. Whew. You might hear my dog barking in the background. That is because he is obsessed with me, and I am obsessed with him. So you just gotta learn to live with it. Today in Hell's Kitchen, we are doing jalapeno cheddar pretzels, but I'm also gonna add some pepperoni because I have it. And we're all about protein in this house. So this is the recipe I'm using in which it's supposed to look like. Let's see how it ends up. It says easy, it's why I clicked it. For this recipe, I've got to get my yeast, my flour, and I've got to put that bad accent away. It's really bad. In a large bowl, 1 packet of yeast. This is the yeast that I have, so I need 1.5 cups of warm water. I've always been curious about these sort of shots. Okay, so now's the time that I start adding the salt and the other seasonings and the butter, which I just realized I do not in fact have. Who in their right mind does not own butter? I'm not going to the grocery, so these pretzels could turn out terrible. We're gonna use oil because they call for melted butter. I'm not here to explain that difference because I myself don't know. And I'm not street calling just to find out what exactly it is. So I'm a salty gal. It called for a teaspoon of salt. We're going in for a teaspoon of onion powder. I meant to do a 1/2 teaspoon. Then we've got to go in with some garlic powder. Every time I hear the word garlic, I think of all the times I was in school and everyone called me a vampire or Michael Jackson. But when I became a teacher, I started telling my 3rd graders that I was in fact a vampire when they asked. I'm just kidding, I love the smell of garlic. Teaspoon of garlic, making potions. And then we've got to take our medicine. My big sister is a chef, a good cooker as the kids say, and I don't know what she would have to say to me about adding oil instead of butter. But if she says anything, I'll let you know. Or I won't, and you're left to wonder. Not all who wander are lost. I think it's wander. Maybe they're lost. I'm lost. It's time to stir this up. Now it's time to put in my flour. I don't know why I have this energy that I feel like I'm being rushed. I'm not. I'm acting like it. Here it is, 1 cup. It says to put in each cup 1 at a time. That's what we're doing. Now I've got to knead the dough. I love this part. Now I have to make space so I can put the dough to bed. That was easy. Nap time. Got my pans with parchment paper. I want to tell you, one time when I was a kid and I knew less, I accidentally used wax paper instead of parchment because they looked the same and smoked out my house. Thankfully, I now know the difference. All right, I am now bringing 9 cups of water and 1/2 cup of baking soda onto a boil because you apparently have to bathe the pretzels after you wake them up from their nap. I'm gonna add some of my favorite pizza brand. We've got our jalapenos, we've got our cheese. Pepperonis are huge, so I'm thinking that we will cut them up. I'm an artist and I'm lazy, so I'm gonna use kitchen scissors to cut the pepperonis. I'm not overly ambitious. So my pepperonis are cut. They taste the same. I don't think it got any better. All right, I've made a babbling brook. For my next trick, I will be making the pretzels. I cannot say that they will be good, but life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. So apparently after I make these and I drop the pretzels into the bath, if I let them sit in there longer than 20 seconds, then my pretzel could taste like metal. I find interesting. We're hoping that these taste doughy, airy, and pretzel-y. This is the part where if I dunk them in for way too long, then they're gonna turn out tasting like metal, and we don't want that. Baby pretzel into the bath. 1 Mississippi, 20 Mississippi. Okay. So it came out looking wet, wet. The pretzels have finally bathed. They're looking decent. It's time to put them in the oven. So they'll bake for 10 minutes. I pull them out, then I top them with the toppings and then put them back in the oven for about 10-ish minutes. All right, so I just pulled them out. They look okay, but I read over the recipe again and realized that I, in fact, did not take them from the bath and then immediately salt them while they were sticky. That's annoying of myself, but you live and you learn. These are not the droids you were looking for. I've never seen Star Wars. These pretzels are not looking cute, so there's that. They look like an amateur made them. Looking ugly. I haven't tasted it yet, but I can already tell you that Chef Gordon Ramsay would be ashamed and I should probably stick to painting. Well, to tell you the truth, upon consumption, they're not bad, but I am gonna leave cooking up to my sister. She's much better than I am.